Good morning. Hi, I am Stampin' Dee Dee, and my Facebook page is Stampin' Dee Dee's Doings, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, but I'm a card maker, and I love what I do. And I love sharing the fun things that I find with you. So that's what I'm doing today. In fact, I had another mystery card planned for today, but I saw this, what is today, Thursday? I think I saw it Tuesday online, and I thought, oh my, I like that, and I want to share that. And so I didn't have a lot of time because my Wednesdays are packed, and I didn't have a lot of time to make a lot of samples, but I did make one, and got everything posted for you. So I hope that you have gathered some supplies and that you'll be making this card with me. Just one real quick reminder, today is the last day to RSVP for the Christmas tag class, which is October 28th, Saturday morning. So we're going to do some fun tags, 16 Christmas tags. So if you're local, anywhere local, I would love for you to RSVP, let me know, email me, comment, let me know, and be ready to come to the class on that Saturday, October 28th. So all the information is on my Stampin' Dee's Doings page or on the Facebook group page. So I think otherwise we're ready to get to it. I'm going to put the phone on the stand, and you'll see a list of the supplies. So I hope that you've got those ready to go. If you're watching the replay, thank you for doing that. I appreciate it so much. And please let me know that you're watching. And if you're watching the YouTube, I love it that you do that. And I hope you'll subscribe. If you like what you see, I hope you'll subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you have any questions, let me know, comment, and I'll get back to you. And let me know that you're there. Let me know that you're watching. Thank you. All right, we're going to do this. I'm going to cover up the camera so that you don't get too dizzy. All right, hang on. Here we go. I think we're ready. I think yep, we're ready. All right. So here is your list of supplies that you need for this card. Not very much, but you do have to do a little bit of cutting to prepare. So here's what we need. Let me get my supplies over here because we're going to make this card together. Yeah, you're not going to have to figure out what to do. You're going to know exactly what to do. And the thing that'll make it different from mine is that you will have different cardstock. Well, you'll probably have the white or the very vanilla, but you're going to have different pattern paper. And I can't wait to see what you're going to do. So the first thing you need is 11 by 4 1/4. White or very vanilla, and score it and burnish it at 5 1/2. Then you're going to need a 4 by 4 square of the same thing, white or very vanilla. You'll need a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of white or very vanilla. And then you're going to need a piece for the cinnamon. And I haven't trimmed mine yet, but approximately 3 by 1 for the cinnamon. Now, the next thing you're going to need is 5 different coordinating patterns. And you're going to cut those at 4 by 3/4 of an inch. So here are my 5 different coordinating patterns. Some of them are very similar because I used this dark colors. And here's the last one. They are all, move this over a little bit, move this over, move these over so you can see. So here are my 5 different patterns. And you can, as we get going, you can arrange them any way you want. And then you also need 2 little strips, 1/2 inch by 6. And I chose, you just want it to be one of the darker colors. You know, that's what I did. Once you make this, you will decide for yourself how you want to use your colors and what you're going to do. And that's the beauty of this. You know, I just realized, let me get my camera there. There. I realized that I had it kind of tipped, which made it kind of awkward. All right. And the last thing I suggested was an image or two or 3 images, and I'll show you mine in a minute. And then also some ribbon, and I wasn't sure what ribbon I wanted to use, so I cut a piece of the Old Navy and a piece of the silver, and we'll see whichever one looks best. All right. So these are the pieces that we're going to be using. And I hope you've got them together so that you can make this. I think making it once really helps to make it easier the next time we do it. All right, I'm going to set those aside. Let's see. I think I'm going to set this right up here in the corner so you still have it in front of you in case you're still cutting. All right. Now, I am going to show you the card so that you have a better idea of what we're doing. And this is the one I made using the pieces similar. Now, I'm not doing the same card, as you can tell, but this is the one I made. Is that not unusual? Let me get it up here a little bit closer so you can see it. All right, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to set that aside, and we're going to get started. So the first thing that we need to do is take our 4x4 square, and we're going to do a little bit of measuring and a little bit of cutting, and you need to do this with a pencil. And I will tell you that the first time I did it with a pen, and I shouldn't have done that. So you're going to make a mark 1.5 inch from the bottom, 1.5 inch from the bottom of this square. Make a mark, 1.5 inch. And then from the top, you're going to mark it at 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to turn my ruler over. 3/4 of an inch is right there. Now this is where we're going to make our cut. We're not going to cut it straight across. We're going to cut it at this diagonal. So I'm going to put my 3/4 of an inch mark there and my 1.5 inch mark here. All right, and that's how we're going to cut it. There we go. Now we have our cut. Okay. So I believe that's all the cutting that we need to do. Now the next thing we're going to do is mark our card base. So just place your pieces with a little bit of a border around all the edges. And then we're going to come in however much border you think you're going to want. And it doesn't have to be exact because we're going to cover this up. Come along and make a mark there and a mark there. There we go. Now, it's just a guide for us. It's just a guide. Set these aside. And now we're ready to start building our base. All right, let me grab my pieces. Now, this is when you want to arrange them the way you want them. And I think I want a dark and then a light and then a dark and then a light. I think that's the way I want mine to be. All right, so all I'm going to do is come along. Now, the one thing you need to be careful of, and if you want to put all 5 pieces down so you can kind of see how it's going to fit, because you don't want, you want to nudge them up against each other. Let me get mine nudged. And I'm going to move it this way because I don't want them to show outside of this piece. You see that? I don't want them to show the edge. So if you put them right in the center, and what I'm going to do is keep my centerpiece and put it down first. And I'm going to do that with my liquid glue, my Tombow glue, which I have in my handy dandy little bottle here. And I'm going to put it right in the center. Come on, glue. All right. Now, all you want to do is make sure that you have it between those 2 lines, which is not going to be a problem at all. And I think I have it right in the center and straight up and down. And then you just put your other pieces down. And we have different sides to our pattern paper, so if you want to switch it up, you can do that. Okay. I'm going to have to bring that one this way just a little bit. So I overlapped just a little bit there. I just wanted to make sure that I left enough of an edge. All right. This card, once you figure out what to do, it is so easy. It is so easy. You just almost can't mess up. There we go. We have that down. Now, before we put these down, we want to get our 2 strips. Where are my 2 strips? I must have knocked them off. I do that all the time. Yep, there's one of them. Where's the other one? Here it is. Okay. Now, we're going to put these right along the edge. Now, I had so much dark paper that it might have looked better if I did in the light. I'm not sure. So let me make sure that I've got my pieces going right. Here we are. Actually, this was this way. It doesn't matter, but that's how it was. So now I'm just going to bring some glue right along the very tip edge. And it's going to go this way. So I'm just going to create a little bit of a border. And you can decide how much of a border you want. There's my border. I'm going to let that dry a minute while I do this one. Do the same thing right along this edge. My border. And you want about the same amount of a border on both sides. There we go. Give it a good rub. All right, I'm going to let that one dry just a minute. I'm going to get my snips, and I'm going to cut this one off. All right, there's that border, right? No, that's this one. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You know what I did? I got a little bit of glue. So I'm going to get my handy dandy eraser and get rid of that glue. These erasers are invaluable. Just any little gum eraser. All right. Get that one. And that one. And here is where I'm going to come and erase my little pencil mark, which I wasn't able to do on this card because I did it in ink. I didn't know. So, all right, there is how it's going to go. I'm going to give you a minute to catch up with me if you're doing this with me. If you are, holler at me. Oh, no. Oh, no. I think I was doing this on the wrong website. No. Oh, whew. All right. Oh my goodness. I hope that went well. All right, here we go. All right, so now we're going to glue our pieces down. And I'm going to come along with my Stampin' Seal now. Now, if you wanted to raise these up, you could do that. You could put it on with dimensionals. I'm not going to do that, but you certainly could do that. I was going to do my images. I was going to raise them up. So, all right. I just want to leave a border around this. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this side. And leave a border around this side. All right. All right. There we go. I've got a little bit white. You know, it's so hard to keep white cardstock clean. It is so hard. But thankfully, these erasers just do wonders. All right, there we go. There's that part. That's the main part of it. So now, the image I chose is from Night Divine. And all I did was die cut one of their images, or actually several of their images. I love this set, and I was looking forward to using it, but I do think that I cut some of the animals. A couple of the animals. Make sure I get these on the right side. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is trim this right here and right here. And use just that with the animals around. So I'm going to put them just, I'm going to let this overlap the top just a tiny bit so I have room for my animals. You know, and now I've got these images that I could trim and use somewhere else if I wanted to, or on a different card. So I'll go ahead and trim those. And I've got them ready to go. I don't think I need them on this card though, but I do think I'm going to put that right there. And this down here. My fingers have a little bit of glue on them. Maybe this. Maybe that's what I need to do. I think so. I think so. There we go. I just didn't know how much I needed to do. But I think that's going to work. Now, I need my mini dimensionals to get this on. So let me do that. Put a mini dimensional there and there. I really think maybe one down here. I don't know if it'll fit right there. Barely. I may have to trim it. All right. Let's get these off. That's what happens when you have glue on your fingers. And I know, some people I know would not even consider using white glue for that very reason. So I can see this just a little bit at the bottom. So I'm going to trim it now. Now I can't see it. And I'm going to put it just below. I want, since everything is so dark, I want that to show. And now I'll use the mini dimensional on this guy. Well, I put that down a little bit too low. There. Right here. And up here. Right up here. All right. I think this guy needs to come up a little bit. What do you think? Right there. There we go. I love that. I love that set. Oh my, I've been so ready to use it, and I have not used it yet. All right, I'll move these out of the way now. I need to stamp my sentiment because I want to make sure that I get it where I want it to be. So I chose from that set, from the Night, it's the Night Divine. It's this set right here. And it's got wonderful sentiments for the stamps, but the dies are to die for. It has the stable, it has the stamp. I showed the image I showed you right at the beginning. And then a camel a little deer, I mean a little lamb, and that must be a cow, and then the donkey. So those are just awesome, awesome. And the sentiments are really awesome too. So that's the set I chose to use, just mainly because I was so anxious to use them. All right, and so I need Night of Navy ink. Get my ribbon out of the way so it doesn't get inky. And I'm gonna get a piece of scrap paper. There, great. All right. Stamp this right in the center. There we go. I love that font. That is so pretty. Let me clean off my stamp. Okay. Now I have to decide where I'm going to put this. So I could put it right here. I could even put it across that. I kind of hate to do that. Let me see if I cut it right here. And then my bow could go right there. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to cut this pretty close. Let me get the dimensional off of my scissors. I'm going to cut it pretty close. But I want to banner it still, and I think I can do that and still have room for it. I like the bannered look. I just like that look. And of course, we have a punch that makes bannering really easy. This is easy for me, so I do it this way, but all right, it does go right there. That's what I'm going to do. Now I need to get my regular dimensionals and pop the banner up. And I'm going to put it I'm tucking it right down here. I'm going to make sure I got it straight. There we go. And now my ribbon, let's see. I think the blue is going to look good. I think I'll go with the blue. Let me make my bow here. Now that's always risky to make your bow online on video, but I think this is going to work just fine. Yeah. All right, I'm going to trim these a little bit. These are not my ribbon scissors, so they don't do as well. I should get my ribbon scissors out. There. This one needs to be trimmed a little bit more, doesn't it? There we go. So there's our bow. Yeah. I'm going to get a glue dot to put my bow down. Put my bow right there, and I'm probably going to glue dot Maybe. We'll see. All right. There we go. And this, of course, is your inside. And you can take one of the strips. Let's see. Do I have one left? Yeah. And I'll put it right along the bottom here. Are you seeing that? I cut some extra strips. Yeah, I'm going to put that right along the bottom. I'll leave a little bit of space. For the inside, I could actually put the Lord is my shepherd inside, or glory to God in the highest. Oh, holy night. Oh, I love that. The stars are brightly shining. I'm wondering if I put a star up here, if that one would. I like the stars are brightly shining, and I think I'm going to find a star. I don't have one out, but I know I've got some. So I'm going to put this on the inside. The stars are brightly shining. Or maybe Oh Holy Night. I think Oh Holy Night, you know. Do you do that? Do you go back and forth about things sometimes? Yeah, I'm going to put Oh Holy Night inside. Oh, that is just... I think I'm going to have to get a bigger block, too. I don't want to mess it up. So, I don't want to take a chance on doing it sideways. I like to use my grid and get it as straight as possible. All right. Oh, Holy Night. This is my first time to use this stamp, so I'm going to stamp it again on my scratch paper. Just to, yeah, that's nice. I like that. Okay, here we go. Get my paper lined up. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. All right. Okay. And now we're ready to put this inside. Goes on the inside. And then, of course, you can use your Designer Series paper to decorate your envelope. Is that not beautiful? I think I may need to put a glue dot. Let me get my tool here. Get a glue dot off and put it right there under the... It just seemed a bit, it seems a bit wobbly. This is your Take a Pick tool. Perfect for this kind of thing. As well as a host of other things. Now, I may need to put a glue dot there too. You know, some ribbons just lay perfectly. Others, you need to help them lay down just a little bit. There we go. All right. Now I know it's not going to move. It's not going to twist around. Oh, Holy Night. joy, and peace. That's it. But isn't that unusual? I love that. I just love it. And of course, here's the one that I made first using All About Autumn Designer Series paper and my pumpkins with Pick of the Patch. So many different ways you can use this design. Now, I got this idea off of Stacy Marsh. I got it off of her website and just fell in love with this technique. You can also use other dies, and this is one that I did I put it on paper and then used one of my stylish circle dies and did this card. Is that not gorgeous, the way that turns out? Love it. Love it. So I have another piece ready to use. I don't know how I'm going to use it. I was using my All About Autumn paper. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do this piece yet, but I've got it ready to go. All right, here we are. Here we are. There's just lots of creative things that you can do with this technique, and I hope that you will give it a try. And if you would be willing to post your photos of what you do on my Facebook group page, you can't post on this page, but you can post it on my Stampin' Dee Dee's Doings and Designs, and that's my Facebook group, my business group page. My business group. This is my business page, and it's where I can do the videos and that sort of thing. But you can post your photos on my Stampin' Dee Dee's Doings and Designs group, and I would love for you to do that. I would love to see what you do with this. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment or ask the questions. I would be more than happy to help any way I can. I'm getting ready now to go over and put this on YouTube. So go to my YouTube channel, and which is just search Deanna Blackman if you've not been there before. And if you've not, I would love it if you would subscribe and click the bell, and then you'll be notified every time I make a post. So this will go over to YouTube in a few minutes, and later on this afternoon, it'll go on to my blog, which is stampindeediespot.blogspot.com. And all of those links are right here on my page. So check it out. Let me hear from you, and thank you for watching. Thank you so much. I hope you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.